Hey, Mike, what do Kelly Slater and PT have in common?
I don't know. They're both world champs?
Nope, they both own Endless Summer box set.
Oh my God, rad. You guys, you can get it too. The link's in the show notes. Welcome back, everybody, to the Quivercast. This is Mike, your host, and this is all brought to you by YourAudioLegacy.com and QuiverBuilder.com. And please check out my other podcast, The Stinky Booties, I do with my buddy, Billy. Let's roll. Hello, everyone. This is Mike here with the Quivercast, and we have a very special guest all the way from Australia, Mr. Shane Herring. How are you doing, Shane?
Yeah, I'm all right, Mike. How are you?
I'm good. Got some waves the last couple of days, so I'm pretty happy.
Yeah, I surfed Byron Bay Pass the other day. Got one wave on a 9-foot surfboard and got a wave for about 150 meters.
Oh, really? That's far.
Surfed way into the sun, like you take off at the pass in Byron Bay.
Okay.
And then you ride all the way down, and if you're lucky enough, you can catch the double up, and then you can keep going all the way down for about, I don't know, 3-4 swimming pools long, 100 meters.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and it was my first like standing up, and the sun was blaring in my face, and I was saluting the sun in the sky.
Oh, that's awesome. Hey, how warm's the water there right now?
No, the water's clear. We had a lot of flooding in Australia.
Okay.
Like really bad. Like everything got demolished on the east coast from Queensland down to New South Wales, down to Sydney.
Oh, man.
That's 1,000 kilometres of flooding.
And it was just torrential rain, or what caused it?
Torrential rain. They called it a rain bomb.
Yeah.
And then it happened again. Can you believe it? It happened again. Like 2 weeks later, everyone's effing cleaning up, and then it happened again.
So what? The dam break, or like just so much rain there was nowhere for it to go?
No, dam, mate. We're talking like 14, 15 feet overhead of flood.
Oh my God! So is there any high ground there? Or where did everyone go?
Yeah, well, I went to high ground up in the Byron Bay Hills.
Okay, so you got safe. Thank goodness. Yeah. Thank goodness.
So there's Mount Warning. The Blues Fest just finished, but we call it the Mud Fest.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. No kidding.
I don't know the bands that play, but apparently Midnight Oil played, so that's all I know.
Oh yeah, I love Midnight Oil. That's awesome.
Cool. Yeah.
So, well, I'm glad you survived that. That sounds horrible. I'm sorry you guys had to deal with that. That sucks.
Oh, mate, I just paid my rent 2 hours before, and then within 2 hours it went from nothing to like 13 feet overhead.
That's crazy.
They bulldozed 22 caravans of ours. The Army came in. The Australian Army came in. Pretty radical. Yeah,
for sure. So, Shane, is that where you grew up? Where'd you grow up at in Australia?
No, I grew up at a place called Copacabana in Goss. So Copacabana is a place in Australia.
Okay.
Which is a left-hand point, and then we left there, and then moved to Dee Why, Australia.
Okay.
And then Dee Why Australia's got one of the heaviest right-hand points in the world.
Really? Describe that way. Describe it.
Okay, so double sucking, like you take off, you don't make a takeoff, mate, you're on the rocks.
Oh, no.
You double suck. Yeah, but double sucking 10, 12 foot sometimes. When we were younger, me and my brother, Brett Herring. Brett Herring's the champion at the moment. He surfs Western Australia.
Okay.
Yeah, Western Australian waves. I'm in New South Wales, which is the east coast. He's in the west coast.
Okay. Yeah. Opposite side of the country.
Yeah, we can't live in the both sides of the country. brothers, mate,
I have
brothers.
one myself. I know. I get it.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I get that. Okay, so where's he living? At Margaret River or something around there?
Yeah. You got it in one, man. Margaret River.
Okay, which is a fire and wave.
Yeah, Margaret River goes off.
Have you surfed Margaret River before?
Oh yeah. I surfed Margaret River when I was on the tour in the 90s.
Okay, we'll get back to that in a second, but I'm just curious. What do you think of the box?
Oh, the box. I love the box. I used to surf there by myself and get tubed. It's just a takeoff, full on tube.
Yeah. It's a short wave, but it's a sucking up. That's a heavy wave.
You got to know what you're doing, man. You got to know what you're doing.
Have you ever eaten shit there? Are you in every wave you make or what?
Well, basically, if you fall off, you're gonna hit reef.
Okay. Yeah. Is that one of your favorite waves?
These sort of waves, mate. If you fall off, you're gonna hit reef.
Yeah.
If you don't fall off, you just fall into the tube. You come out of that tube, you'll be right.
Okay. All right. So let's go back to growing up. So now, where was your first wave caught at?
Oh, I started surfing at DY. There's another place called Curl, Australia.
Okay.
So Curl was probably my first wave I ever took off on when I was about 9 years old.
Do you remember that wave?
Yeah, I took off on my first wave and stood up on my first wave, pushed on by my uncle.
Okay. What's your uncle's name?
Mr. Gary.
Mr. Gary. Okay. Right on. So he was an avid surfer too?
Oh, yeah, they're all Nias men.
Okay. So
they used to travel. They used to travel to Nias in the 70s.
Really? When no one was going?
Oh yeah. They went to Nias in the 70s and Bali.
Oh yeah, and that's when it wasn't like a tourist area. Then it was just like there was no one around. I bet, or very little.
Well, I guess so, because I remember going down to Uluwatu and we had to walk the trails.
Oh,
Going into Uluwatu and we had to walk these donkey trails.
Okay.
And we get down to the cave. There's an old cave, and then once you get through the cave, then you got to paddle out, and from the cave, and that's pretty hardcore. And then you got to get out to Ulus, and Ulus can hook up to the next wave if it's big enough. It can go for like a kilometer.
Wow. Have you ever caught a wave that long there?
A left-hander. No. I got you. I went to Garajigan.
Yep.
Garajigan in 1986.
Oh wow. Okay. So let's go back to your childhood when surfing. So you catch your first wave from your uncle, and what does that do? Like, was everyone surfing around you? Did you have friends that surf, or were you just like going solo and you just loved it?
It's just solo. I was a Christian city surfer.
Okay.
So that was helpful in a way. We got the DY surfing fraternity, which was Midget Farrelly and Nat Young.
Okay.
And that was in the 60s.
Okay.
And then then the DY surfing fraternity's it's one of the oldest clubs in Australia. 1964, I think it was established.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah, so I was born in 1971.
Yep. So the club was already established, and you just joined.
Well, I never joined the club, but I think my first wave would have been in 82, 83, 84.
Okay. Yep. Gotcha.
1982, 83.
Okay.
At the age of 12 or 13, after playing footy, we play Australian football over here.
Yep.
It's not gridiron.
Yeah. It's rugby, right?
Yeah, well, it's like rugby union, but it's a league. It's called Australian League. It's a bit different.
Okay, right on. So then, you start progressing in your surfing, right? So who are some of the people you were surfing around? Was it an older crew or younger crew or all ages?
I trained with a man called Terry Day
Terry Day?
when I was 14 or 15.
Okay.
And I trained with Damien Hardman and Wendy Botha. We trained back in the 80s to join the tour. So when I left school, I didn't go for a job or didn't get a car license, just went straight on the tour.
Really? No license?
Yeah.
Okay.
First year on the tour, first year on the professional tour, I got 56.
Wow. Well, before you go to the pro tour, did you surf amateur events in Australia?
Yeah. Surfed amateur events, and because I was a little bit older, I got 13th in the opens in the Australian titles.
Okay. So how was the amateur ranks, and who were the guys you were competing against?
The amateur ranks, you'd have Narrabeen boys, you'd have guys from Taree, mainly Narrabeen boys.
Okay.
Narrabeen boys.
Those are the guys that you had to beat? Anybody names we'd know?
Oh yeah, well there was I know kneeboarders, so I knew Peter Crawford, Bruce Hart, kneeboard men.
Okay.
Kneeboard men taught me how to crouch down really hard on
and get barreled.
Waves. I barreled, mate. Heavy barrel.
So the kneeboarders taught you how to get tubed. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, because you watch them just fall out of the sky.
Yep.
And just go, fuck yeah, I'm going to do that. And give them his feet. but see, there's like a pack mentality.
Okay.
So if you get accepted into the pack, and if you don't take the wave, you get sent to the back of the pack.
Oh my gosh, that's crazy.
Yeah, if you don't get that wave, they're going to give you. You get sent to the back of the pack.
Right. Well, you got to make it. So how many? Do you remember the first time you didn't make it? Eat shit or whatever. They didn't make the drop, and what'd they do?
Oh yeah. I didn't make the drop a couple of times, mate.
And then
quite a few times.
And then you had to sit in the back and just let the other waves go to those guys.
Yeah, and watch them surf and learn on watching them surf.
Smart. How old are you at this area when you're doing this?
I would have been 14.
Okay, so you're kind of you've had like 4 or 5 years experience surfing, and you're getting better. You're progressing, and you're
progressing, and then started physical training at about 15 years of age.
And what
towards the end of school was 18 years of age.
Yep.
So I was training for 3 years before hitting the pro tour.
Okay, so why were you training? Did you know you wanted to be a pro surfer? Was that like what you planned on doing, or was it just for fun?
Well, there was fuck algebra.
Right? Yeah, I get it. Yeah, I understand.
Yeah. I mean, what's X, Y, and Z? That's not numbers, man.
Oh shit, that's funny.
Okay.
Okay, so you were like, I'm gonna make it in surfing. Basically, I'm turning pro.
Well, lots of friends, turn pro straight away. Get a few sponsors. Get some good boards off Greg Webber.
Yep.
Greg Webber was a great surfboard show. Before that, I was with Quicksilver and Peter Daniels.
Mm-hmm.
He was a kneeboarder. But then I went to Insight Surfboards with Greg Webber.
Okay.
And then the Concaves came in about 1990.
Okay. Who else rode for Insight? It was Barton Lynch or like Damien Hart? One of those guys rode, right?
Yeah, Barton Lynch. Barton Lynch definitely rode for Insight.
Okay. Were you friends with Barton?
Yeah. These guys won world titles. I didn't.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, so anything else about the amateur and then the Australian culture of surfing? Like it's huge there. When you were a Grom, did everybody in your neighborhood surf, or was it just a few guys and gals or whoever?
No, because I'll tell you what, I was from a place called French's Forest where In Excess was from.
Oh, yeah.
Colonial. Yeah, French's Forest, In Excess. So we're up the hills, and then we go down to DY, and then we start surfing. So it's hard to get accepted
Because you're
if you're a
an
surfer.
inlander, kind of,
I mean, yeah, I was in inland by 8 kilometers.
which is not very far, right? What's that, like 5 miles,
That's
maybe?
right. It's like walking distance, 5 miles.
So, but you were considered an outsider because why? You didn't live in the proper area.
In DY, you got to, But then we lived in DY, me and Brett, and then we started surfing the point, Duo Point.
Okay.
There was a lot of famous people, a lot of famous surfers stayed in DY because of the intensity of the waves.
Right. So
But you've got Manly.
Yep.
You got Manly, Dead Man's, and then you've got goes around at DY. Then you've got Long Reef. Long Reef holds 15 foot.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So never surf that stuff. But just DY little boy, mate.
So how old's your brother compared to you? Who's older?
Well, Brett, I'm older. I'm 50 now,
Okay.
and Brett will be 46 this year in a little while, and he's still ripping. He's surfing in WA by himself.
Wow.
When he goes, he rips. He goes out by himself, man.
That's crazy. I think in the West Australia, I mean, I've never been there, but what I do know of it, it's kind of wild. It's kind of wild there.
Oh, wild territory, man.
Yeah.
Like, Western Australia, yeah, you got to be a bit of a bushman to live over there.
Okay. And he likes it? Does he live in town, or does he live on the outskirts by himself?
Well, yeah. See, the thing is that it's affected. The whole of Australia's been affected by the floods and stuff. Even in WA, in the past couple of months. So
wow,
we've all gone through a very radical experience in Australia with the weather system.
Wow, yeah.
I lost my home that I lived in for 2 years.
Oh man, that sucks.
Well, the water level, 2-story double caravan gone, bulldozed.
Oh, that's sad. Sorry to hear that.
Yeah, no, it's all right. I kept my clothes.
And good point.
I kept my wallet and my clothes.
Oh yeah. Well, I guess you need both of those. Well,
you need fresh clothes and you need your wallet.
Yeah, they got to know. Yeah, for sure. Okay, so now you're getting older, and so is your brother coming up? Is he competing against you? Like, is he not letting you surf better than him?
No, we don't compete. I don't compete I don't compete or even consider competing anymore.
No, not now. I'm talking when you're a child. Was he trying to keep up with you as being a 4-year-old?
Yeah.
Brett?
Yeah. We were both Quicksilver young men. Okay, before I went to Inside and O'Neill. But we were Quicksilver men.
Yep. And then you changed sponsors. And then, so when did you change sponsors? When you turned pro or before that?
Yeah, when I turned pro and went to Santa Cruz.
Okay. Oh, Santa Cruz, so where Jack O'Neill's from.
Yeah, I went to Santa Cruz and watched Tom Curran win that event in 1990.
That's a cold water classic, right?
The Cold Water Classic, yeah. What a great wave Santa Cruz is.
You like that wave?
When it turns on. Yeah, I love it.
Okay. Steamers?
It's a right-hand point wave.
It's a wobbly one, though. It's weird. It's different.
It's a bit soft, but it's hardcore.
It's cold.
Like, sure. It's not soft. It's pretty cold. Oh, yeah. It's cold. It's the little otters. What are they called? Otters?
Yeah.
They lay on their back.
Yeah,
they lay on their back and they look at you and they're like, "Don't go near them, Shane. Don't go near the otters."
Yeah, those things are funny. They hang out in the kelp beds.
Yeah, the kelp beds in Santa Cruz. Yeah.
Okay, so let's talk about that. So it's 1990. You decide to turn pro, and is your first event in Santa Cruz? That's the very first one you went to?
Yeah, first event in Santa Cruz, man.
Was that your first time in America too? 1990? Have you been here?
Well, I went to Hawaii first, and then flew to Santa Cruz by myself.
Okay.
Don't know how I did. The Brazilians took care of me.
Which guys?
Jumped in the car. There'd be Renan Rocha,
Okay.
I was good friends with Fabio Gavea, Flavio Paderats.
Oh yeah, Paterats. Yeah.
Very good friends with those men.
Okay. How was the language barrier? Were they speaking English?
Oh yeah. I can't speak Portuguese. I just say hola, hola.
What does that mean?
Well, in Spanish, hola, like g'day,
Oh, yeah. Okay.
g'day.
Oh, hola,
You know
hola.
what I mean?
Okay.
Hola, like g'day, mate. Not whatever that is.
That's funny. From an Australian, that's pretty funny. Okay.
Yeah.
So you go to Santa Cruz and you surf the event. How'd you do?
Yeah, I nearly made the main event because back in the time we used to just have trials.
Yep.
And if you got through the third round of the trials, you went into the main event.
Okay.
So you've got Tom Curran in the main event.
Yep.
So we were in the trials. I nearly made the main event, and then got back to Australia and made the main event.
Okay.
With a man named Shane Powell.
Yeah, I remember Shane Powell. Yeah.
Yeah, Shane Powell. He rips.
Yep.
Still surfs.
Oh, cool. Good. Good for
Yeah,
him.
so I haven't surfed. I don't surf much anymore because of my physical.
Let's stay on the 90s. So you have fun in Santa Cruz. You only do that one event, and then you fly right back to Australia. Is that what happened?
Yeah. Back to Hawaii.
Oh, back to Hawaii.
Yeah.
What are you doing in Hawaii? Are you just charging North Shore, or what's going on there?
Laniakea was a wonderful way for me.
Okay.
Right-handed. Laniakea, sunset. I was hopeless at pipeline. I couldn't surf pipeline, but I could surf the back door because I'm a natural footer.
Yep.
But pipeline for me was very difficult to surf.
So you obviously tried pipeline, right? And
Oh yeah. I was in there. I was in there. I was number one in the world going into pipeline. But Kelly won the world. Kelly Slater won the world title. But that's great for him.
I mean, he won a lot of them.
That would have been 92.
Okay, so let's stick in 1990. So you go back to Hawaii, and then you go back to Australia, and you said you made the main event there, right?
Yeah, made the Bundaberg main event, and Tom Curran won that again.
Okay.
Then went down to Bells Beach. Tom Curran won that again.
Is that the year you became third-time world champ?
1990 was Tom Curran's year.
His third world title, right?
It was his third world title. He was bloody champion, man.
And what'd you think of that? And what do you think about Curran? You like Curran?
Tom Curran, I've never really talked to the man, but we've said hello to each other. But he's a legend.
Yeah, he is a legend. So, that's in 1990. Is that the first year that Kelly came on tour too?
Yeah, 91. I think he came on tour, but 1990 was his experiment, and but after that, he just dominated, and we knew he was going to dominate.
You guys did back then.
And so then me and Greg Webber came up with a board called a banana board.
Okay.
Very highly skilled concave, very, very curvy.
Okay. We'll go back to the banana board in a second, but okay. So it's 1990. And what place did you end up in the world? 56, you said?
56 on my first try.
Okay. Out of how many surfers were there? Do you know?
Yeah, we used to only have about 100 surfers on the tour.
Okay. Yeah. And everyone was going to spot to spot to spot? Not like today where they break up the different divisions kind of thing?
Yeah, there wasn't divisions back then. We didn't have divisions. So
no QS, no challenge. Yeah.
No QS, no
Challenger series.
No Challenger series. It was just right here. You're in the top 100 in the world. If you're in the top 100 in the world back then, you're in the contest.
Sweet. Okay. Cool. All right. So then you're getting to 91. What goes on in 1991?
I got 36.
Yeah. So you made 20. You came up 20. All right. What were some of the good events? What was some of your favorite events in 91?
Portugal, Spain, France,
Europe.
Portugal, Spain, France, Europe.
Okay. And what waves were you surfing?
Lovely beaches, lovely things.
What waves were you surfing? And describe the waves. All beach breaks, right?
Yeah, beach breaks, sand breaks, like sand breaks, perfect, 8 to 10 foot, just reeling down, and they're all sand breaks, no
So
reefs.
yeah, so
But when you get down to Spain and Portugal, it starts to turn into reefs.
okay, all right. So describe that wave. Like what wave? What was your favorite wave in Europe?
There was a place called Ericeira.
Okay, yeah, I've heard of it. Yeah,
Yeah, and that's a great wave.
beach break or reef?
It's a reef break.
Okay, so is it a right hander?
Right hand point.
Yeah.
Right hand point. You know, so I grew up on right hand points. So every right hand point that I could find, I just love it.
Okay. Do you prefer the point breaks versus the beach breaks, or do you like them both at different times?
I love the sand. I love good sandbars, and you know, they change a lot, but point breaks stay the same. Still love them too.
Okay. Well,
Right now, I'm up in Tweed Heads, Kira.
all right. So the second you're on tour, you make number 36 in the world. So then
Number 36 in the world.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm my second year on tour.
well, that's pretty good. Who are some of the guys that were under you? Do you remember? Do you remember some guys you beat in any heats or anything? Any memorable ones?
No. I just remember friends. You know, I had friends like Matt Hoy, Copper Hakias. But we're competitors. When you're a competitor, you sort of keep your distance, you know?
Oh, really? Okay.
As a competitor, you live in different, you know, you keep your distance for your heats, you know, you don't, yeah.
So were you guys friends after the heats, or was it like all these guys you're competing against? Oh yeah, you guys were all friends after.
Yeah, you're friends after. You're still friends, but you're not sort of. You got the blinkers on, you know. You got the blinkers on when you're surfing at that top level.
Yeah. Because it's make or break. You have to win heats in order to survive, right?
Yeah, well, apparently, there's so many people doing it now. But anyway, but back then, you know, you just keep the blinkers on. You've got mates, you stay with them. But then when you're in a heat, you're not really mates.
Okay. No matter what, you have to win that heat, or you want to win that heat, I guess. Okay.
Yeah, well, you're surfing against your mate, and it's like, all right, no worries. But as soon as the heat's over, all right, good heat. I beat you, or you beat me. No worries.
Right on. Okay, so now we're going to we're still in the 90, like 93. What happens?
93, I went down. So 92, I got fourth.
Okay.
But 93, I went down to 22nd.
Wow. Wait. So 92, you came in fourth in the. Wait, what was your place in the world? In 90.
In the world, I got fourth in the world in 1992.
1992.
Kelly won the world title.
Okay, I got you.
Kelly won the world title. Yeah.
So what happened? You were going into Hawaii in first place, you said?
Yeah, apparently. So it was so big. It was just out of my range. I rode an Al Chapman surfboard.
Okay.
Paddled out. I followed. It's very hard to paddle out pipeline when it's that big. Second reef, third reef.
Wow, it's just massive.
And, yeah, it's massive Hawaii. And I just thought, right, I'm going to take off on a wave, and I got one wave. But at least I showed me two. I couldn't bottom turn.
So, okay, hold on. So let's describe that. So it's you're at this place at this point you're in first place in the world, right? And now you have to paddle out a pipeline, correct? Am I right?
Yeah, that's right.
Okay. What are you feeling? Like what do you feel in your soul? Like, are you scared? Are you happy? Are you just like, are you like a warrior?
No, I actually followed the other guys paddling out.
Okay. You're not scared?
On an 8-3 out. Yeah, because I was like scared. And then when I got out there, I took off on a real big wave, maybe a 15-footer.
Okay.
For the first wave. And then the second wave I rode in. I went, oh, that's it. That's it.
So do you remember that first wave?
Oh, the first wave, yeah, I took off and it was nearly second reef, first reef, second reef. It wasn't inside pipeline. And just took off on it, got to the bottom, couldn't bottom turn, come a cropper, and then paddled back out, and then at the end of the heat watched the other competitors, Fabio Gavea and Shane Aran, just surfing it completely beautifully.
Okay. Well, so, but did they have more pipeline experience than you? Because you were just a kid still, really. You were pretty young.
Oh yeah. I was still only 20.
Yeah. And
When you're, but Kelly had all the experience under his belt from surfing pipeline since he was 14.
okay.
So there was no beating Mr. Slater.
Okay, so you said that earlier in the interview that when he came on to tour, you guys knew he was going to be great.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I knew Kelly was going to be the one, but Tom Curran beat him a little bit, but Kelly just kept going, and I hope he really goes well this year.
He's doing pretty good.
Yeah, he's doing well.
Yeah, he's 50 years old, and he's I don't know what place he's in right now, but it's in the top 5, I think, or 6.
Mate, the man's a legend in my. We're still friends, and that's very nice.
Yeah, for sure. Were you guys friendly back then, or was he just a competitor?
No, we were friends.
Okay.
See, the difference between, like a boxing match and or a friendship match,
Yeah. I got it.
Sometimes you're out there for a boxing match. Sometimes you're out there for a surfing for sort of thing,
Yeah.
And the heats were only 20 minutes long, 25 minutes long. There was the priority buoy or whatever, paddle around the priority buoy and stuff like that. It's all changed.
Everything's completely different. How many waves did you have to catch back then in a heat? Was it 4 waves then?
Okay, yeah, we had to get 4.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, we had to get 4 waves, and they tally them up. So there was one time I got 3 10s and 2 9.5. So they
3 10s?
They cancelled one of the 10s, and I ended up with a 9.7 or something. But I needed a 10.
No way. Okay, what contest was that? Do you remember?
Oh, that'd be Lacanau in France, I'd say.
Okay, so you have 4 waves total, and 3 of them are 10s. Is that correct?
No. One wave.
One wave.
One
okay.
wave.
Okay,
Yeah.
I got you. They cancel out on 110.
The
high and low.
I needed perfect 10, but then out of the 5 judges,
Yes,
they
gotcha.
cancel out 2 scores.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I gotcha.
And then they get the average.
Okay. What else about the early 90s? And how was the camaraderie between all you guys? Like you said, you hung out with the Brazilians mostly, correct?
Yeah, well, Brazilians were lovely to me. They stayed at DY too, so
Okay.
there's a connection.
So
there's a connection with DY.
Okay. So now the Brazilian, well, they're kind of falling off, but the last few years, the Brazilians have really done well in pro surfing, like really, really well.
Oh, they're very, very fit. I can't believe how fit these men are. It's unbelievable.
Well, okay, let's talk about that. In the 90s, were you guys athletes like they are today? Do you feel you guys are the same?
Yeah, well, I was boxing and doing 250 kilogram leg weights.
Wow. Okay.
So I was really pushing myself. That's why I got bowed legs these days. I got bowed legs.
That's funny. Okay. So
calcification.
So you're going to, and you're also in the 90s. Some of the older guys like the Tom Kearns are starting to fall. Sean Thompson, he wasn't on tour then, was he? Or like Shane Horan was?
No, none of these. No, Shane Horan was, yeah. I know that Shane Horan was there, and there was a lot of the other folks, Rod Kerbox, Damien Hardman. We were the Australian crew, and they were the American crew. Ross Williams, Shane Dorian, all still considered very good friends.
Right on, yeah. And then, so all you guys came on tour at basically the same time, right? The kind of momentum generation.
Yeah, the momentum generation, and we call it the new wave or something.
Right. So like the old guard was. You guys were beating the old guard.
The old guard, yeah. Changing of the guard. Changing of the guard.
Gotcha, yeah. And how did that feel?
Yeah, changing of the guard.
Was there feelings behind it, or did it just kind of happen organically? You guys are just... Did surfing change?
Well, see, back, people, when they surf, there goes a plane. Sorry. So when they, back in those days, if you were 28, you weren't on tour, but now it seems to be like, mate, you're 50, you're still young.
Well, Kelly's showing us that, huh?
Oh, mate, he's doing well.
He is doing
I
well.
like the man.
So, but back to what we were talking about. You guys all coming up as youngins, younger than the older guys. Was there animosity between the older and younger people?
No. We were like doted on. Like, come on, boys. This is going to be good for you.
Oh, cool. All right.
Yeah. There's no like, oh, get out of our way. But also, serving lifestyle, like, get out of the water. You don't deserve to be here. But if you can pull your weight, you can pull your weight.
Gotcha. And you were pulling your weight, right?
Well, I was pushing 250 kilograms on my legs, and
boxing.
Yeah, and boxing, but not boxing in a ring, just hitting a bag.
Yep.
For hours every morning and every afternoon.
Did you ever have any? Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
No, that's 3 years of training to get to the tour.
Wow. Okay. But with plans of making the tour in Hawaii and all the big waves, did you ever have any run-in with the locals?
Yeah.
You want to tell us do you have any stories you want to tell or no?
No. I'd prefer not to talk about Mr. Johnny. Settled me in, but I still won the heat. But
yeah.
but that was a funny experience.
Okay, hold on. I gotta ask you. I'm sorry. Okay, so you're in a heat with Mr. Gomes. Oh, I'll say the names. Mr. Johnny.
Yeah.
And
Johnny Gomes, Dino Miranda, and Brock Little, and I won the heat. And I was.
Oh, that didn't go well.
No wonder I got punched out. I'm bloody Aussie. Go get him.
So you got to the beach and you get punched? What happened?
No, in the surf.
Oh, really?
It's all there. Yeah.
Oh,
I still won the heat.
Good. Well, how'd that feel? Were you happy that you won?
Yeah, but I was happy. But I really like surfing camis a lot. Camis is next to Sunset.
Okay. Yep. Camilands.
Yeah, so camis is another rake next to Sunset, and that's a wonderful place to practice. And then you paddle over to Sunset.
Okay. All right. So, but did you have run-ins? Like, so anyhow, that's your big run-in during a heat?
Oh, yeah. No, I had run-ins with a lot of people because people are going for the title, the money, the mortgage payments, people have got to get paid, I was just a free diver, like I'm free, I don't really care, but I'm going to win anyway,
Okay.
And on the high powered boards by Greg Webber, they were very good. Thank you.
Thanks, Greg. Yeah. Okay. So then at what point, what was your highest placing on, and this is ASP, this wasn't WSL then, right? ASP?
Yeah, this was ASP, Association of Surfing Professionals.
Okay. And how many years did you stay on tour?
5 years on tour.
Okay.
And then left and just decided to just have a normal life.
So was how was touring and going on the airplanes, like living your life out of a bag, basically, because you guys had contests everywhere, all over the world. That must have been pretty hard.
Oh yeah, well there was no COVID, there was no masks, there was just like just jump on international passports and stuff like that, visa stamps, entertainment stamps and stuff like that to go to Japan. Japan's lovely too.
How are the waves?
Oh, Japan's got a great couple of waves, great couple of islands.
Oh, okay. Is the surfing culture different? Well, I guess it's different everywhere. Even though we're all surfers, every little area has their own little niches, I guess, of how they act.
Yeah, you've all got your niches with the cultures and stuff. But if you're a surfer, and you're accepted.
Yep, I guess overall, that's at the end of the day, that's the answer, right?
You just you're a surfer and you pay your way, and that's how it is.
That's how it is. Okay, so what was your highest place on ASP? Was it fourth place?
fourth place on the ASP. It
Okay.
was my highest place. Kelly won the world title that year in 1992.
That was his first title.
That was his first title.
And you guys knew greatness was here. What made him stand out?
And,
What made him different from you guys?
Kelly's just a phenomenon.
And
If you ask me, he's just phenomenal. You know, he's a phenomenal friend and a phenomenal surfer. And apparently he doesn't mind his golf either.
I heard he's a good golfer. I don't golf, but
I heard he's a good golfer too. Yeah.
I could give a shit, but hey, good for him. I'm not. Do you golf?
Mix it up.
You don't golf.
Mix it up. Yeah, I did. I had cut down golf clubs because I'm so short.
Got to custom make them.
Yeah, my grandfather custom made my golf clubs so I could hit the ball properly.
Oh, that's funny.
I think I had a 6 iron, I had a 1 wood, and a putter, and that was about it.
Okay, all right. So, the '90s were a good time. So, and then you were like, did you get tired of the tour, or like it was like?
Yeah. 94, I got 44th in the world in 1994.
Okay.
And I basically retired.
Yeah. Okay. Now let's talk about the board. You and Mr. Weber.
The banana boards. I suggested we invent something to take on Kelly.
Okay, what year is this?
It was a heavy concave, 1992.
Okay, gotcha.
But those boards didn't work on point break waves. They're up and down, up and down, up and down.
Okay.
They're not V bottoms are smooth, cruisy, and they do the job.
Okay.
They actually do the job. But with a concave, you're moving all the time, so you got to be very athletic to surf on a concave at that extreme.
Hence why you're working your legs out all the time, I guess, right? That helped.
Well, hence that I've lost a lot of leg strength now.
Yeah,
so,
but back then when you were pushing the weights, it was helping with the board.
Yeah. Oh yeah. There's a good movie called Changing of the Guard. Monty Weber filmed it.
Okay. Can you find that?
That shows my first surf on a banana board.
Okay.
From Greg Weber at Avalon.
Okay. Where can you find? Is that movie available anywhere today? You think?
Yes. Yeah. It's just called Changing of the Guard.
Okay. I'm gonna look that up.
By Monty Weber.
Monty Weber. Okay. Cool. I wonder. Yeah, I'll Google that after this interview. That'd be awesome. Were you in any other movies, surf movies or anything?
No, I'm living in the hills with a man called Derek Hind at the moment.
Oh yeah. I'm talking back in the day. Were you in any in the '90s movies? Were you in any movies?
No, a lot of scrapbook movies that shows me surfing. Sarge's surfing scrapbook.
Okay.
That shows a lot of surfing. Brad Gerlach's a good friend. John Shmurka was there, mucking around.
Okay, cool.
Matt Branson.
Yeah, it was a different time in the '90s. So, let's talk about pro surfing now versus then. Do you watch pro surfing today?
No, I don't. But I click on and I see Stephanie ripping, and I see Kelly ripping, and then I just go like, yeah, cool.
Yeah.
I don't actually watch much surfing anymore.
Okay, so you don't have a opinion on where pro surfing's going today, then, because it's changing.
Well, I haven't. Yes, I do have a very good opinion.
Okay, let's hear it.
That the V bottoms have got to come back in.
Okay.
Okay, instead of the concave, because the concaves are for athletics. Jumping on trampolines.
Okay. So
the V bottom is a smooth surfboard.
So you
So
see,
I'm basically on 9-footers. I'm basically surfing 9-footers these days.
okay. Do you
Yeah.
do you think so you're talking about you're talking more about the board and board designs today versus back then.
Yeah, but my board designs are, which I don't shave, which
Okay.
Jimmy Young Whitford shaves.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm trying to push the V bottom concept back in. You could call it a reverse V, but it's just the V running through the tail.
Okay.
And the way it surfs is a lot different than you shouldn't grow up on a concave. You should learn on a flat V bottom.
Okay.
I mean, every little surfer, a girl or boy, should learn on a flat V bottom, and then go to the concave.
Because why? Just because how you surf it different? You have to get your style?
Yeah. You got to work out your style first.
Got it.
You got to work out your style first, and then you can move forward.
Okay.
Style is the key.
Style's everything, right?
Yeah, well, the the wispiness of the re-entry, like the fan.
Yeah.
Yeah, not just twirling around, waiting, pumping, twirling around. Doesn't agree with me.
Doesn't agree with you. Do you like to watch it surf it, or do you think it's boring? You think they should be more on the face?
No. I don't find it boring. I just find it's just repetitive that they just pump.
Okay.
And do a bloody twist.
One big air reverse. And
one big air reverse, and then they go, oh yeah.
Yeah, I kind of agree with you. Like, they need to mix it up, right? I mean,
well, they're getting there,
Okay. Well, the format, I mean, now they're doing this final 5 cut and all that, which I'm kind of stoked on. I think it's good.
Well, Kelly's in the 5 cut now, right? At the moment.
For the moment, he is. I mean, he didn't make it last year, but I think last year he wasn't really trying. I mean, in my opinion, I have no clue. I don't know Kelly, but he's doing really well. And the waves suit him this year. He's the man.
Yeah, the waves are going to. Yeah.
I think big waves, big hollow waves. You got to watch out for Kelly.
Oh, mate, you got to watch out for him.
That's correct. Yeah.
You never know what he's going to do.
He can compete. I think 2 foot mush, he's in trouble. You got Felipe Toledo or some of those guys. That's my opinion. Are going to take him down, or any of the young Australians that are coming up right now, the Colin Robson and Ethan. Those guys will Sibley, yep.
Or something.
Yep, Sibley.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Australians are kind of coming. They kind of like disappeared. Americans too, by the way. Now they're all coming back this year.
Australian waves are a lot different to American waves.
Yes, I would
agree.
agree.
American waves are softer and slower, but Australian waves are harder and on reefs. So that's the difference between Australian and American waves, but Hawaii is a whole different concept.
Which wave do you think which area would be the hardest wave to surf, in your opinion?
In my opinion, Laniakea is pretty good, and it's so beautiful. But it's hardcore crowds, man. Hardcore crowds.
Yeah.
When I was there.
Yeah.
Oh, Rocky Point wasn't bad.
Yeah, that's a good wave.
Rocky Point wasn't bad. Yeah, I stayed at Rocky Point. Like Rocky Point.
You got anything else to add? I mean, I was stoked. So you have a board. Is it a board design with your name on it?
Yeah.
You want to push that?
Shane Herring.
How do you?
Just Shane Herring 13 surfboards. They're V bottoms. They're basically Sunday surfboards.
Oh, okay, cool. Everyone needs one in their quiver, right? Though.
Yeah, everyone needs a Sunday surfboard.
I would agree. I want one
But
actually.
we can all. My shaper, Jimmy, he can make a rocket ship, so that's cool too.
Okay, cool. Yeah, sorry about the floods and stuff in Australia. That's horrible. I'm glad you're okay though. I'm glad you're okay.
No, I survived. So it's we all went under, all of my Aboriginal friends and that.
Wow.
It was pretty hardcore. Some of them even swam out of their caravans, man.
Wow.
They had to swim out of their caravan. It came up that quick. They just not put that wallet in your pocket and swim out of the caravan.
Right. Oh, yeah. I just couldn't imagine. I couldn't imagine, nor do I ever want to experience that, ever.
Well, I think it's over now.
Good. I'm glad.
It's beautiful. I'm looking at the sky right now. I'm just near Tweed Airport. So, but it's very, very hot. But yeah, when it's like there was one in 1954, there was one in 1974, and then there was just this one.
Oh, wow. That's horrible. Well, Shane, I totally appreciate you coming on the Quivercast. I'm pretty stoked you came on. I was pretty excited. So I really appreciate taking the time out of your day for this interview.
Yeah, well, CC got in touch with me, and I said, yes, CC, no worries, because CC's been a great, CC Beachlock.
Yep.
He's been a great supporter of me during the troubled times in the past 2 years.
Yeah, man. Yeah. If you need anything, let me know too. CC's a good guy. He just did a good interview. So he's a fun guy for sure. Yeah.
We're mates on the internet. I'm just stinging for him to come over to Australia and we can hang out.
Yeah, for sure. That'd be fun. Shoot, I'd like to join you guys too. That'd be fun.
I say, you know CC.
Yeah, I know CC. CC's a good guy. Totally good guy.
Okay. Yeah, he is.
All right, Shane. Anything else you want to add to the interview? You got any final words?
No final words. Just don't learn on a concave. Right as Vlog.
Yeah, that's right. That's a good one. I like that. Okay, Shane. Well, thank you so much for joining us at the Quivercast. This is Mike and Shane Herring. All right, you guys. See ya. Thanks, everybody, for listening. Please follow us on Instagram and follow us on your favorite podcast platform. Give us 5 stars if you listen to us on Apple. And do me a favor and tell a friend that Quivercast is back. I'd like to thank Glue Factory and Dave Hegstrom for the music. And I'll see you all in the lineup. Hey, you guys, Endless Summer box set. This thing is legit. It's authentic, numbered certificate in it. It has a 5-frame film strip from the original print. You will literally own a piece of history. It has a specially minted bronze medallion. Dude, that thing's sick. Okay, there's so much more here. Go to the show notes. There's a link on there. Go check this piece of history out. This thing's rad. Seriously. Smithsonian American History Museum has it. It took 4 years of research with 3.5 in production, all hand assembled. This thing's rad. There's so much to this awesome box set. Remastered DVD, sharper images than the original film. But dude, this thing's so sick. Link in the show notes.